Now that you've set up your landing page and chosen a template, it's time to go over the different aspects of actually editing your landing page. So I'm going to go over the basic layout so you're familiar with going through and customizing it yourself. So you have three different options on the left-hand side. You have manage layout, add sections, and add elements. To manage the layout, it actually shows you which section is on each area of your page. So with these, you can delete them, duplicate them. You can click on these up or down arrows to change where those actually go. Whoops, there we go. You can also edit the settings on it, and that will open up some customization options on the right-hand side. You can also add sections if you'd like. So there's some call to action options you can add on here. You have some different informational sections that you can add. So you can really play with this and customize this landing page to your own, whatever you want it to look like. You can also add different elements. So you have text options, image options, buttons, dividers, forms, icons, video, logos, and there is a nifty little code option here. This is really beneficial if you are using a chat feature on your landing page and you want that to appear on this specific page. It's also really good if you are using a tracking program like Google Analytics, Clicky Analytics. The Facebook Pixel is still a little, well, these landing pages are still new, but they do give you the option to enter your Facebook Pixel on the next page. I believe you will still have to enter your code on the thank you page and on the main registration page here for the specific goal you are looking to achieve. So if you're familiar with Facebook Pixel codes, they typically have codes that you enter saying, hey, this page is them seeing the form, and then the thank you page is them actually registering. And that helps Facebook know, okay, once they've reached this page, that means that they've registered, so I can report that in the Facebook ad tracking. So that would also be something you would want to apply on the code section there. Now, once you go to edit something, so if I were to click on this image, on the right-hand side is where your edit options appear. So this is going to change based on what you've clicked. If I click on text, now it gives me the option to edit the text. If I click on the form, and now gives me the option to edit the form. So depending on what you're clicking on, you're going to be able to edit it on the right-hand side here. Now in the upper right-hand corner, you do have your undo buttons, your redo buttons, the option to preview your landing page, and then there is also this nifty little help tool where if you click on that, it will open up the chat option with Infusionsoft directly. To close help, you just click that button again, that chat box disappears. But that way you have a nice, helpful resource if you get stuck at any point as well. So that is editing the layout of your page here. I'm going to go ahead and play with this really quick, just give you a couple live examples. So one thing I mentioned in the previous video is I'm not a huge fan of this, the way this looks on mobile. I'm sure if I go to preview, it will let me, yeah, there we go. So if I go to phone, I don't like how there's such a big gap here next to that form. It just looks a little funky to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to choose this section instead. And all I did was click on it, it put it in here. And now I want to move this to the top. So I'm going to go back to manage layout. I'm going to take section 6 and I'm going to move it to section 5, move it to section 4, and just keep moving that all the way up until it's here. And I'm going to get rid of this art of public speaking one. So when I hover over section 3, it bounces the section that section 3 is, so I know I'm deleting the right one and not deleting something by accident. Okay, so I like this form much better than that form before. Let's see how it looks on mobile. So I'm going to go to preview. Yeah, see, so the text fills it up, the registration fills up the page, so it doesn't look quite so odd on mobile. Again, if you want to edit that section, you just click on it, and on the right-hand side, you can change like the background color. You can change, you can name this section. So I can name this heading registration I can change the background image. So if you don't want a background image, you can remove it. You can add your own background image, whatever makes sense for you. You can change the style. Now, this is a really cool feature that they've included here. So let's say I really like the way this looks on desktop, but I don't like the way it looks on mobile. So I can actually hide it on mobile and include something similar that does look good on mobile if I want to. It doesn't look like you can hide from the desktop version, which is probably one thing that I wish they had on here. But if there's something that doesn't look good on mobile and it's not necessary for them to see it on mobile, you can go ahead and hide it on mobile, which is really nice. Same thing with tablet. You can hide it on tablet. Okay, so these are settings that you can kind of play with. Same with the spacing. Now, I want you to play with this with your landing page, see what you like, see what you want to add. Every landing page is going to be a little different based on what you want in there. And on our next video, we're going to go ahead and talk about how to customize this form directly.